Why is it that when these liberals have total mental breakdowns and post it on TikTok, it always comes from the passenger seat of their car as they're sitting in a parking lot? Why is that? How does that, like, is it some sort of like meta that I don't understand? I don't get it. Well, anyway, this particular woman, she's been relatively popular recently for one of her breakdowns, which is completely unwarranted and totally unhinged.
Guys are so lucky. You guys do not understand. So I'm 25, right? I'm sitting here and I'm having to build a fucking roster.
Build a roster. What white person even says that? Like, build a roster?
Having to sit here and go out and do things I don't want to do.
She doesn't want to go out and date. She just wants to have the perfect husband given to her.
I don't want a roster. I don't want to go out and date. I don't like this hookup culture. I don't like any of it.
Okay, so you don't want to go out and date. You don't want hookup culture. Later she's going to complain about dating apps. Just keep that in mind. What does she want? She wants to complain about men, it seems. Or her life. One of the two.
But I feel like I don't have a choice.
Young, white, pretty, in the USA, the most privileged class of people in the entire history of the world, in the most powerful, free, luxurious country in the entire history of the world. That's not even an exaggeration. The entire history of the world. And she has no choice.
Men, you guys just get to sit there and you guys can go wait until you're in your 30s, you're almost 40, and you can just go get with a girl that's in her fucking 20s.
That's right. That's what we get to do. Men just get to wait until we're middle-aged before we fall in love. And then we get, just like magic, it's a magic trick. We just snap our fingers and we get that relationship without even trying. And then everyone in the world accuses us of being a child predator because the girl is 1 second younger than us or even a millimeter shorter than us. I mean, they don't even care. The girl just looks young, and even she might be older, but that doesn't matter. We get accused of being a child predator over everything. We get to be with someone half our age, and you think that's a luxury? We get to be with a crazy liberal woman like you who wants to abort all of our children, and that's a luxury for us? We get to have everyone accuse us of being a creep and a freak, including people like her, and that's our luxury. We're so lucky, us guys.
And live a normal life.
Not normal, though, is it? Because we had to wait until we were 40 before we could fall in love. You're having a breakdown at 25.
Girls don't have that luxury.
Again, every luxury in the world. Literally every possible luxury in the world. I mean, the only way you could be more luxurious in your life is if you were rich.
I'm now sitting here at 25, having to figure out how the fuck to get back in these fucking streets.
Back in these streets? Why does she talk like she uses they, them? The roster? The streets? Am I colorblind suddenly?
So I can figure out, so 10 years down the line, I'm not sitting there single still, with my daughter being an only child.
Hang on, though. A few moments ago, you said it was a great thing for guys to be lonely when they were 40. But when you're 35, that's a tragedy, and your daughter's going to be a single child still. Well, maybe you shouldn't have had her when you were in your early 20s. Maybe that was a you problem. And where is her father exactly? I mean, did he, like, pass away or something? I mean, that's tragic if that's the case, but then you wouldn't be sitting here having some sort of weird, sort of, like, creepy mental breakdown about how you want a guy to basically take care of you because you don't want to go out and date, but you still want a man and you want more children, but it's too difficult for you to find a man to be with because no man wants to be with a young, attractive white woman in America. Those men just they just don't exist.
Like, I want to have a family. I want to have kids. I want to be happy. Like, I want all of these things. But people don't want that nowadays.
Yep. No one wants that nowadays.
It feels like no matter, it's like, what is this dating stuff? What is Hinge? What is Tinder? What is all of this? Like,
she's 25, just to remind everybody. She's not 65, she's 25, and she doesn't know what dating apps are. I mean, of course she knows what they are, but I don't really know, like, her mentality here. Like I said, she doesn't want to date. She just wants to be with someone. She wants that fairy tale princess relationship that she was taught about, the princess bride, the true love. That's what she wants. That's what we all want. But You're not going to get it while sitting in your car having a mental breakdown and blaming men for all of your problems.
It's disgusting. Like, my friends helped me make a Hinge and a Tinder, and it's like, I hated it. I ended up deleting my Hinge, and I'm getting ready to delete the Tinder because it's just I don't want to talk to anybody on there. Like, I don't want to do any of this. Like I'm just sitting there like a magazine going through like clothing. That's what it feels like. And it's like, I don't want that. And I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, isn't it? I mean, well, the dating apps, they are an issue, so I'm not disagreeing with her there, but not wanting to be part of the dating culture and sitting there blaming everyone for your problems. Like, her problem is not that there's no good men out there. Her problem is not that she can't find anyone. Her problem is that she's 25, she doesn't want to date, and that men are so lucky because they get to wait until they're 40 to start a family, which is a really weird way for her to put it, because she's kind of saying that she regrets having a daughter, she regrets starting a family, she regrets everything that she had done, right? And she wishes that she was lucky enough to wait until she's 40 to do that. Funnily enough, recently, and when I say recently, I mean I think this year, 40-year-old women are now having more children than teenage women, which is kind of weird. Reddit also thinks, I was going to do another video on that, Reddit thinks that's a great thing because they are defining 19-year-old girls as literal babies and saying that it's, well, I already mentioned this, they're saying that it's literally predation if they get pregnant and that they are victims. But this woman here, she's saying that men are lucky because they get to wait, which she's basically then pitying herself. She's saying that she's unlucky, that she has to do this all like snap, 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 and she can't manage to do it. It's just too difficult for her. Like, you're young, you're pretty, you're 25, you're white, you're in America. It's not difficult. There's no way it's difficult. So the only real problem could be one of a mental delineation, and that I would assume would be the problem here, because she thinks that we're lucky, that men are lucky for getting to wait until we're middle-aged before we get to fall in love. That's what she said. We get to. And we're so lucky. We get to wait until we're 40, pushing a heart attack at that point before we get to fall in love. And then what do we get out of this, really? We get a woman who is, well, in her personal analogy or example, she was saying that they're in their 20s. So we get a woman half our age who's probably a deranged libtard. Like, maybe not like her. Let's use the next woman as an example, like the next woman. And we get a woman who's probably been uploading videos of herself in bikinis onto the internet since she was a preteen, which, by the way, is just a normal thing that loads of girls do all over YouTube and such, and YouTube doesn't remove them because it's just normal. It's normal for girls to not wear clothing at any age anymore. We get that to follow us forever. We get them walking around in crop tops and booty shorts and low-cut tops and stuff. That's what we get. We get a girl who's been with X amount of guys. We get a girl who's had abortions. We get a girl who's already has children that we get to take care of. We get a girl who's going to tear the family apart over some political beliefs. That's what we men get. We are so lucky that we get to be with deranged, lunatic liberals who, in this case, already have children and seem to hate us simply because they decided of their own volition to start a family in their early 20s. Wow. That we're so lucky, man. I feel so lucky. She's right. Well, I mentioned the crazy liberal lady, the one that we get to have when we're in our 40s and we backtrack to the 20-year-olds and then everyone calls us a predator. Here's that lady.
That's how I feel. You guys know that my husband turned Republican this term. I don't know why. I threw his ass out of the house. And I have to do more. I don't want to shave my head because that's going to hurt him. I'm going to look ugly. So I'm not doing that. I think I'm going to sleep with his friends. I think that's the only way. I think sleeping with his friends will do it. What do you guys think?
I think you're an idiot, and you said that it would hurt him if you shaved your head, so you're not going to do it. So you what is this, like a 30-second long video? You couldn't even get that right. So this is what we get. I'm not sure how old this lady is. She looks like she might be a little bit older than her 20s, but we get a psycho-liberal lady who will tear the family apart, who would take the child in a custody battle. They would get child payment. They would get half of all of our goods. and they would then cheat on us, or I guess it's not cheating on us because they threw us out of the house and divorced us, who would then go sleep with all of our friends, but only our liberal friends, except we wouldn't have liberal friends. And all of this because they had wrongthink in politics. This is what men get. We get some crazy psycho bitch. Why is that a luxury, I ask you? Why is it we get to wait until we're 40, and then we get to have some 20-something-year-old who's completely brainwashed by the libtards, and who's already got a child, or who will abort ours if she doesn't, and they're going to just treat us like trash because they don't want a husband, they want a father whom they can treat as a slave. They want a father figure to look after their child, who will coddle them, who will repair the drywall and fix the car and pay the bills. Like, that's what they want. They don't really want a husband. They don't want to fall in love with you. They want a slave. And I think it's evidenced how bad it's gotten by this rage bait tweet here. I should probably stop calling everything rage bait because, a lot of women do have views like this, and to some degree it makes sense. So this was posted on Sips Tea yesterday. And this tweet says, I know this is unpopular, but it will always be unattractive for a grown man to play video games. Some women might be understanding or pretend like they don't care that you spend hours playing, but they do. It is extremely unattractive to women and will never not be. Shrug emoji. Now, they didn't put this as vitriolic as they could have, but I mean, it is what it is. It's someone saying that you're not allowed to have your hobbies because if you do have that hobby, a girl will not want to be with you. And if you do have that hobby, you are hurting your relationship. You are hurting some girl's feeling. Your wife, your girlfriend, whoever it is, they don't like that you have that hobby, so you should give it up. Give up something that you like. That's another thing that men get to do. We get to give up our hobbies. Now, what hobbies are those that men get to give up? We get to give up our hobby with video games, obviously, anime, manga, comic books, movies, TV shows, sports, any kind of outdoors things. What do women have to give up? Do women have hobbies? I mean, do women have hobbies at all? Putting on makeup, they're doing their nails, they're styling their hair. That's what a girl does for fun. Girls don't have hobbies. Girls don't have anything to give up. The only thing a girl gives up when she enters a relationship is twerking on the internet. She gives up making R18 content, and guess what? Most men, good men anyway, not the bad men, not the simps, but the good men, the men that women actually want to be with once they've had their fun, once they want to settle down and have someone else raise their kids, the good men, they don't want their wives to be slags at any point in their life. Not when they're a little kid, not when they're an adult. They don't want that. But women feel like the only hobby they have to give up is OnlyFans. And that's what we get as men. We get to give up our hobbies. We get to give up video games. We get to be with a girl who will betray us and sleep with our friends if we have the wrong political opinion. We get to be with a girl half our age who's a liberal psychopath whose favorite thing in the entire world is abortion, and everyone calls us a predator because they're 20-something. And that's what we get. Man, we are so lucky. You know what? I don't feel lucky. I don't feel lucky at all. And by the way, that's just talking about the political and some of the social aspects of it. Not the rest of the social aspects, not the physical aspects, not the spiritual aspects or the intellectual aspects. That's just talking about age gaps, which everyone's super in favor of the women being older than the man, and the video games, of course, and needless to say, we have to take care of their children that they already have. And let's see, if we're 40, then that means we're a 40-year-old taking care of a 25-year-old's child. And that's great. I mean, I guess that one did say that she wanted another child. That's more than a lot of these women would offer. So, again, I don't really feel lucky about that, but I feel like she's kind of overselling her self-pity a little bit. Anyway, if you enjoyed, lucky or not, please do the YouTube things. Thank you for watching.